What if I told you there's a tool so powerful that over 80% of organizations running Kubernetes rely on it to deploy their applications, and it just got its biggest upgrade in 6 years? If you're still manually managing dozens of YAML files, my friend, we need to talk. Hey everyone, welcome back to TechNuggets. I'm Aseem, and if this is your first time here, this channel is where we break down cloud native technologies in a way that actually makes sense. If you're a student diving into Kubernetes and DevOps, you're in exactly the right place. Consider subscribing because every week we cut through the noise and give you the knowledge that'll set you apart in interviews and real world projects. Now, if you've ever stared at a wall of Kubernetes YAML manifests and thought there has to be a better way, hit that like button right now because I've been there, and today we're going to solve that problem together. Let's talk about Helm, the package manager for Kubernetes. So, what exactly is Helm? Helm is the package manager for Kubernetes, just as NPM manages Node, JS packages, and Peep manages Python packages. Helm manages Kubernetes application packages called charts. Here's the problem Helm solves. Without Helm, deploying a multi component application to Kubernetes requires manually writing and applying dozens of YAML files for deployments, services. Managing Kubernetes applications means managing many YAML files, deployments, services, config maps, secrets, ingress rules, service accounts, RBAC, and more. A typical production application might require 10 to 20 separate manifests. That's a nightmare to maintain, especially across multiple environments like dev, staging, and production. Helm bundles all of these into a single chart with configurable values, making deployments repeatable, upgradable, and rollback safe. Now, here's what makes this incredibly relevant. As of 2026, Helm is used by over 80% of Kubernetes adopters, according to the CNCF annual survey. And just recently, at KubeCon Plus Cloud Native Con North America, Helm 4 was launched, the first new version in 6 years. Let me give you a quick history so you understand the context. Helm, an open source package manager for Kubernetes that began as a company hackathon project called Kate's Place, turned 10 in 2025. Helm is a graduated project in the CNCF and is maintained by the Helm community. The Helm ecosystem has grown to over 10,000 plus public charts in Artifact Hub with major cloud providers AWS, Google, Microsoft, Red Hat, and vendors like HashiCorp, Elastic, and MongoDB maintaining official Helm repositories. So, whether you want to deploy Postgres, Redis, Prometheus, or your own custom application, there's probably a Helm chart for it. All right, let's break down the four fundamental concepts you need to understand. First, charts. A chart is a package containing all the Kubernetes resource templates and metadata needed to deploy an application. Think of it as an app package or NPM module for Kubernetes. A Helm chart is a set of YAML manifests and templates that describes Kubernetes resources, deployments, secrets, CRDs, and defined configurations needed for the Kubernetes application, and is easy to deploy in a Kubernetes cluster or in a single node with just one command. Second, releases. A release is a running instance of a chart in a cluster. You can install the same chart multiple times with different release names. For example, prod Redis and staging Redis from the same Redis chart. When you run helm install my app /my chart, Helm creates a release named my app. Each release tracks its revision history so you can roll back to any previous state. Helm 4 stores release metadata as Kubernetes secrets in the release namespace by default, which means release data is subject to Kubernetes RBAC and namespace isolation. Third, repositories. A repository is a server that hosts package charts for download, similar to NPM registry or Docker Hub. The largest public index is Artifact Hub. The most popular public repository is Artifact Hub, which indexes over 15,000 Helm charts from hundreds of publishers as of early 2026. Helm 4 also supports OCI compliant registries, Docker Hub, GitHub Container Registry, Amazon ECR, and Azure Container Registry can all host Helm charts natively. Fourth, values. Values are configuration parameters passed to a chart to customize its behavior. Every chart has a values.yaml with defaults that you override for your deployment. Here's how it all connects. Chart plus values equals release. The chart is your template, the values are your configuration, and the release is the running instance in your cluster. Now let's talk about Helm 4 because this is where things get exciting. Helm, the Kubernetes application package manager, has officially reached version 4.0. Helm 4 is the first major upgrade in 6 years and also marks Helm's 10th anniversary under the guidance of the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. Helm 4.0 was released on November 12, 2025 at KubeCon plus Cloud Native Con North America. The latest stable release as of March 2026 is Helm 4.1.3, which includes critical bug fixes and performance improvements over the initial 4.0 release. So, what are the major changes? Server side apply, the big one. Helm 4 introduces several architectural improvements over Helm 3. The most significant is server side apply, which delegates resource creation and patching to the Kubernetes API server instead of performing client side three-way merges. Why does this matter? Instead of using its own three-way merge for updates, which can cause chaos, if a Helm chart, a Kubernetes operator, and a manual command are all trying to manage the same resource and make conflicting changes, Helm now uses Kubernetes native server side apply to manage controls of resources and fields. That's the way GitOps controllers like Argo and Flux already work as well. Instead of silently overriding other changes, Helm will now give you an error if there's a conflict between multiple attempts to update the same resource. WebAssembly plugins, security first. The plugin system has also been rebuilt. Traditional Helm plugins still function, but users can now also write plugins in WebAssembly for broader portability. This is huge for security. Helm 3 plugins execute as native binaries with full system access, presenting critical security risks, arbitrary code execution, no sandboxing, and supply chain attacks through compromised plugin repositories. WASM plugins run in a sandboxed environment, much safer for production environments. Better status monitoring with K-status. Helm 4 now uses the standard Kubernetes K-status library, which wasn't available when Helm 3 came out and knows about the health of a lot more Kubernetes resources. Helm 3 offered only basic readiness checks when users enabled wait, covering deployments, stateful sets, services, and a few others. Helm 4 replaces this simplistic mechanism with K-status, a Kubernetes readiness evaluation tool. The change mostly affects accuracy. Users will now get more reliable status checks without needing to modify workflows. Performance and caching, faster dependency resolution, and new content based chart caching. Helm 4 brings WebAssembly plugin security, server side apply conflict resolution, 60% performance boost, and OCI enhancements. And here's the good news for migration. Helm 4 addresses these challenges while maintaining backwards compatibility with Helm 3 charts. V2 API charts remain supported. Helm v3 will continue to be supported to enable a clean transition period. The dates of continued support are bug fixes until July 8, 2026, security fixes until November 11, 2026. All right, let's get practical. I want to walk you through creating a basic Helm chart structure. First, let's install Helm. Install Helm with a package manager or download a binary. Homebrew, Chocolatey, Scoop, Snap, Brew command, Choco install Kubernetes-Helm, Scoop install Helm, sudo snap install Helm classic. Helm uses your kubeconfig automatically. If kubeconfig Kubernetes kubeconfig works, Helm will work too. Now to scaffold a new chart, run. Here you can see the code example on screen. A Helm chart follows a clear and predictable folder structure. Understanding this structure is important because every file inside a chart has a specific purpose. Once you understand what each file does, working with Helm becomes far less intimidating and much easier to maintain in real production environments. Let me walk you through the key files. Chart, YAML. At the top level of a chart, you will always find a file called chart.yaml. This file contains basic metadata about the chart, such as the chart name, version, and description. Values. YAML. This is where you define default configuration values, replica counts, image versions, resource limits, Everything configurable goes here. Templates slash this directory contains your Kubernetes manifest templates. They use Go templating to inject values dynamically, helpers.tpl, template helpers, and reusable functions live here. Here's a simple workflow as shown in the code on screen. Charts describe even the most complex apps, provide repeatable application installation, and serve as a single point of authority. Take the pain out of updates with in place upgrades and custom hooks. Use Helm rollback to roll back to an older version of a release with ease. Let me share some best practices that'll save you headaches. Tip 1. Use library charts for shared patterns. If you maintain multiple microservice charts that share common patterns, standard labels, security contexts, resource templates, extract the shared templates into a library chart. Library charts do not deploy resources directly, they only provide template helpers that other charts can import. This eliminates template duplication across dozens of microservice charts. Tip 2. Never store secrets in plain text. Never store secrets in plain text in values.yaml or commit them to version control. Use the Helm Secrets plugin, which integrates with Mozilla SOPs to encrypt values files using AWS KMS, GCP KMS, Azure Key Vault, or PGP keys. Alternatively, use external secrets operator to pull secrets from cloud secret managers into Kubernetes secrets at runtime. Tip 3. Embrace GitOps. Tools like Flux and Argo CD can reconcile Helm releases from Git repositories automatically. When you push a change to your charts values file in Git, the GitOps controller detects the change and triggers a Helm upgrade. This eliminates manual deployment steps and provides a complete audit trail through Git history. According to the CNCF 2025 survey, over 60% of organizations using Kubernetes in production have adopted a GitOps workflow. Tip 4. Use Helm file for multi-release management. Use Helm file when you manage multiple Helm releases across multiple environments. When you have 10 or more releases with different values per environment, dev, staging, prod, Helm file provides a declarative Helm file YAML that defines all releases, their values, and their dependencies in one place. You can run Helm file sync to apply everything at once, Helm file diff to preview changes, and use environment specific values files. Tip 5. Keep charts updated. Here's a sobering statistic: 46% have out of date Helm charts installed. In 2022, 46% of companies stated that half or more of their workloads were running on Helm charts that had outdated versions, as compared to 33% of the companies in the year prior. Outdated charts mean security vulnerabilities. Make chart updates part of your regular maintenance cycle. All right, let's bring it all together with the three key insights you should walk away with today. First, Helm transforms Kubernetes chaos into order. Instead of juggling dozens of YAML files, you get a single version configurable package that you can install, upgrade, and roll back with simple commands. That's not just convenience, that's operational sanity. Second, Helm 4 is a game changer. Server-side apply means better conflict resolution with GitOps tools. WebAssembly plugins bring security to the plugin ecosystem, and case status gives you accurate deployment status. If you're starting fresh, go with Helm 4. If you're on Helm 3, start planning your migration. Third, understanding the fundamentals. Charts, releases, repositories, and values unlocks everything else. Once you internalize these concepts, you can deploy any application, create custom charts, and troubleshoot issues like a pro. If this video helped demystify Helm for you, smash that like button. It genuinely helps the channel reach more students who need this content. And if you want to level up your Kubernetes game, hit subscribe and click that bell. Next week, we're diving into GitOps with Argo CD, how to automate your Helm deployments with zero manual intervention. Now I want to hear from you. What's the first application you're going to package with Helm? Drop it in the comments, whether it's a personal project, a school assignment, or something at work. I read every comment and love seeing what you're building. Until next time, keep learning, keep building, and I'll see you in the next nugget. Peace.